Hey there guys, my name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek, and if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. Just a heads up, you guys, this video is going to be all over the place, just some things that I wanted to share, give my thoughts on, a couple things I want you guys to listen to. Also, thank you guys for allowing me to take the last couple of days off. As I'm recording this, it is the holiday season. It's cold outside, I am tired. I will get back into the swing of things very soon. And quick shameless plug, I'll probably have a couple YouTube shorts uploaded right after this video, but I want to start with a Eric Gordon quote from the other night that I thought was really important. Let's listen in to what Eric Gordon had to say.
Talked about this offense being capable of averaging such a higher number than what was churned out tonight. How bothersome is that for you, knowing what you guys are capable of and just not delivering that?
Yeah, this has been a little disappointing how we've been playing. Really both ends of the floor. We got to get back to playing I think we just need to get more real with ourselves and to have an unselfish mindset going into games. With the type of talent we have, like I've always said, scoring 130 should be a norm for us, and the only way you do that is by competing on defense, trying to get easier shots, and without playing, there's not we got a lot of good guys on this team, but there needs to be a lot more of a team together to get to where we want to be, because to be on a team on a mission, it's just not happening right now. Yeah, I mean, things happen, mistakes happen, but sometimes but the thing is I know it's always good, but we got to get to the point where we are really dominating. We haven't dominated hardly any games this year, and we've had leads, and we got to figure out ways to really dictate our flow and pace throughout the whole game, and it's just disappointing that we're not doing that right now.
Eric Gordon is a veteran in this league, and he is absolutely right. Scoring 130 points or more every single night should be the normal, and as bad as the Phoenix Suns defense has been, the offense hasn't looked great either. Also, I read on Arizona Central that the Suns have had 13 different starting lineups due to injuries, as 11 different players have missed at least one game with an injury. But Frank Vogel is looking for role players to establish themselves. And speaking of Frank Vogel, I couldn't get the audio for this, unfortunately. And he said a quote here, you guys, that I think is going to get a little bit of mixed reaction. It's probably going to be mostly a negative reaction, but I thought it was worth reading to you guys and then me giving my thoughts on it. He said, and I quote, "We knew that early on in the season we were going to give a lot of our role players, minimum contract guys, opportunities to earn a big role on our team. We're still in the process of giving those guys opportunities and evaluating what they can do and seeing where they fit. Until somebody jumps out and grabs those minutes, we're still going to look at whatever guys we need to look at and try to get wins," close quote. So yeah, I can see how this is probably going to get a mostly negative reaction here, but in my optimistic opinion from this Frank Vogel quote is it shows that Frank Vogel and his coaching staff do trust their guys, for the most part anyways. However, there's been sort of a weird thing where we haven't seen everybody on the roster, and we haven't seen everybody on the roster consistently. You know what I mean? Like, there's some guys like Saban Lee, for example, who have barely even played this season. And then also, I feel like the reason it's going to get a lot of negative reaction here is because obviously Phoenix Suns fans are very impatient. They are overly critical. And then, as I just mentioned, there's just not much consistency from the roster, and a lot of these kind of bench guys getting reps and minutes and everything. So I don't know. I just felt like that quote was really interesting, and again, it's going to draw some kind of a reaction, and I thought it was worth reading to you guys and giving my opinion on. And now let's hear from Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns not being scared to hold each other accountable.
Look, you've gone through seasons where seemingly every new year there's 10 new teammates for you. This is a process you're familiar with. What do you take from those experiences into this year to help the cohesion and continuity build that made you guys so successful a couple of years ago?
Just keep learning each other. Keep talking. Don't be scared to hold each other accountable. We're all on the same path, and we all have the same goal, and that's to win basketball games. And we understand it's not going to be easy. It's not an easy league. And, you know, we have enough guys in this team that have been around the block and understand that. So, you know, it's time to pick it up. Yeah. I mean, we all feel it. You know, it's not just one of us, it's everybody in here. We all have a job, and, you know, this is the highest form of basketball in the world. It's not an easy job, and we understand that. And, you know, we have the talent. And we have the basketball minds in here to play better than we are.
And in case you guys missed it, the other day, Bradley Beal was at shoot-around post-practice, and he was looking pretty good. I mean, call me optimistic, but Bradley Beal looked like he was jumping good. He looked like he was walking on the ankle okay. Now, again, it's just, you know, the short clips that we're looking at here. And shout out to Kellan, Olson, and Trevor for uploading these. But, like, I don't know, you guys, Bradley Beal looks pretty good. I believe he's going to be reevaluated at the start of the new year, so hopefully that reevaluation goes good. And if he keeps looking like this, I think he'll be back sooner rather than later. And you guys already know by now, we are in NBA trade rumor season, with the NBA trade deadline being in February. And just yesterday, Flex from Jersey tweeted this out. He said, and I quote, "The Suns will look at upgrades via trades, but their best and most likely path will be in the buyout market once the deadline is over. A lot of good players will be traded and bought out, with Phoenix being able to potentially offer a starting position or big rotational minutes." And this might sound like an unpopular opinion here, you guys, but I truly do believe this, and I will die on this hill. Bradley Beal and Frank Vogel are not going anywhere. Bradley Beal is not going to get traded, and Frank Vogel is not going to get fired. And I do believe that Yusuf Nurkic should be added to the untouchables list. Also, honorable mention to Grayson Allen. Beyond that, you guys, I really do feel like the Phoenix Suns have a lot of tradable players. Now, we're just going to have to wait and see where we are at the deadline and post-trade deadline before we explore, you know, trades and the buyout market and everything. But if things keep going the way that they are going, a lot of these guys should be available to trade. And again, you guys, I'm going to repeat this like 1,000 times. Unless things go from worse to disastrous, it is extremely unlikely that Frank Vogel gets fired. However, you guys, that being said, I was reading something on Sports Illustrated, and they did make a good point. They went on to say, Suns governor Matt Ishbia has already proven time and time again that two things aren't a problem for him: spending money and making changes. Ishbia has already overseen a rampant increase in spending for both personnel and coaching staff hires, while also bringing in a new CEO, among other bold moves to reshape the franchise. And sort of the point that they were making here was that if things really do continue to get worse for the Phoenix Suns, and as they wrote here, it's the nuclear option scenario, maybe they do fire Frank Vogel, which again, I think is extremely unlikely. And maybe they do make a bunch of trades, but we're just going to have to wait and see where we are at the NBA trade deadline. But I wanted to give credit where credit is due, because I thought that was well written. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I know this video was all over the place, but I just wanted to keep you guys updated on the latest Phoenix Suns news and rumors. And speaking of that, you guys, if you haven't already, do me a huge favor. Make sure to Hulk smash that like button, and please subscribe for everything Phoenix Suns. If it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to have probably a YouTube short or two uploaded just right after this. I'll get back into the swing of things. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. It truly means the world to me. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. The best way to support the channel, you guys, is just to keep watching. Please subscribe. Win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life. And I'll see you guys next time. Go Suns.